Hello ladies! So I watched the first 4 episodes of Love is Blind UK Season 2 and there was one love triangle in the pods that I had to break down because it's the perfect example of how women keep choosing the wrong men and repeating the same toxic patterns and sabotaging themselves, even when a healthy man is literally standing right in front of them. So I'm talking about Katisha and her connections with Demola and Javen. So at first, Katisha chooses Demola, who's the green flag, he's the green forest, and then last minute she changes her mind to Javen, which is a walking red flag central. So I literally went back and I replayed all the footage between Katisha, Demola, and Javen, and I took notes and I took screenshots of everything they said to each other. And in this video, I'm going to go through step by step to help you ladies discern better between what is a healthy masculine husband material man and a man who's emotionally available and will definitely break your heart and waste your time. So if you haven't watched the first 4 episodes of Love is Blind UK Season 2, I highly recommend to watch the episodes first if you are interested in understanding the backstory and the context of what I'm about to say, so you can piece together everything a lot easier. So we're going to first talk about our green forest, which is Demola. So from the very beginning, he wore his heart on his sleeve and he pursued Katisha. So you can tell from what he said in his personal interviews, his intentions, the actions and words that he showed towards Katisha, and just his energy, his body language and his demeanor. He wears this silent confidence, humbleness and gentleness, which is tick. And he even said things like, when I hear Katisha's voice, I want to do a cartwheel in the pods. And that there, ladies, is a man who's excited about you. He surprised her with Just Because flowers. He wrote her a sweet, funny, thoughtful poem all about her, and even mentioning her Scottish roots, how he wanted to fall in love with her, travel the world together, even playing with her name and his last name, hinting at marriage. That is a man who is serious. He set up a fun sangria and snacks board for her in the pods. He was consistent. He even said directly, I know who I want to only talk to, and it is you. Demola tells her that he is looking for someone genuine, his best friend, a life partner, and he feels that Katisha fits that he sees a future specifically with her, and that he would even die on a sword for her. That is direct, that is forward, and that is certain. He says that he can see himself falling in love with her, and he's already more than halfway there. And as you can tell, this is a man that does not make you guess where he's at. You know his intentions, you know how he feels about you. And to his guy friend, Demola even said he truly thought that they were meant for each other, and he was ready to get down on one knee and to propose to her, and even wrote the sweetest proposal in his journal. This is a man who knows how he feels. He knows what he wants. He wants Katisha, and he wants to wife her up. And in his personal interviews, he even said, I'm going to do whatever I can to show her why she should marry me. She deserves well. She deserves a good guy. This is a man that is in his healthy masculine. He's already chosen her. He's pursued her, right? Giving her many reasons why he would be a good husband and father, why she would feel safe with him. And he wasn't just saying things. He backed it up with his actions. Flowers, thoughtful poems that were unique to her. He set up dates, clear communication, wore his feelings and his heart on his sleeve. He told her exactly how he felt, where his heart was, and what he was thinking and feeling towards her. This is a man who will let you rest in your feminine because he gives you clarity, he gives you safety and direction, not to mention spoil you. So now let's contrast this with Javen. So Katisha describes him as this dark, mysterious character, which is red flag central. He didn't plan any fun dates. He didn't do any grand gestures like Demola. Only when Katisha told Javen that her other connection was making grand gestures and she knew where the other person, Demola, stood with his feelings and his intentions, his ego kicked in. And only then did he get her flowers. And that is not genuine. That is not from the heart. And Javen even said to her, that's not me. That's not how I communicate. Referencing romantic gestures, planning dates. No, that's not how a man who doesn't actually like a girl communicate. When a man sees his wife and he is serious, he will pull out all of the stops. And when Katisha asked Javen how he felt to get some sort of gauge on where he is at with his feelings towards her, he said things like, I feel pretty comfortable about everything. Ultimately, what will be, will be. And the translation to that is, I'm not pursuing you. I'm just sitting back. And he literally told her, if I'm not your number one, then that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Again, victim mentality. Instead of pursuing her and choosing her like he's supposed to, he wants to sit back and let her do all the work. And then he tries to manipulate the situation and then goes, if you don't feel the same way about me, then I'll go home. And then he says, if you're having doubts, I don't want you to be burdened with doubt. Again, switching on her like he's doing her favors by not wearing his heart on his sleeve, being forward and pursuing her. Then he says, I'm cool. He'll just be chilling on the sidelines and wait until she pursues him. Then Katisha says, I feel like you're not putting your cards on the table. And when she pointed out that he wasn't being clear and that he was playing it cool, he smirked and then said, I can't play it any other way. This should have been red flags, alarm bells for Katisha. But instead, she continued to pursue him, continued to pull teeth, and get more validation out of him. And in the interviews, every time Katisha spoke to Javen, she came out of the pod saying things like, my head is scrambled. I feel confused and overwhelmed. I need reassurance from him. And listen closely, ladies. When a man is right for you, you feel calm. You feel clear-headed. You know where you stand. And when you are confused, you are anxious, you are chasing, or you have to pull teeth, you are with the wrong man. Period. So in between getting to know Demola and Javen, she's saying in her private interviews and to the girls that she's struggling with this amount of adoration from Demola and how she's not used to this. I'm struggling with what to do with these feelings. And she says, I don't know if I'm putting my walls up because it seems too perfect, too good to be true, meaning that she's not used to a man treating her so well. So her nervous system is rejecting the calm, rejecting the healthy love, a man pursuing her and cherishing her and seeing her value. Then she says to one of her girlfriends, Bada, how can he be so set on me? Again, confirming that she's not used to men being certain about her, choosing her. Right? Her programming craves confusion, being unsure, in anxiety, roller coaster of emotions, being in limbo, having to chase a man instead of them just choosing her from the get-go. She's used to proving, to chasing, and the up and down emotions. So she's asking Bada, how can Demola be so set on me? And then Bada even responds, you are amazing. How could they not be? She doesn't believe that she's worthy and deserving of being loved in that way. And ladies, when you are not healthy, you can say you want a man to be head over heels for you. But even the right, most perfect, emotionally available man hits you in the face, you would repel him. You would self-sabotage. You wouldn't even be able to notice him, to value him, to choose him back. You will want to choose your same toxic patterns, same man that you would go for in your past, just in different bodies. Exactly what like Katisha did. Katisha even said that Demola is so sweet and lovely, and she has never recognized someone putting her first. She even says that she's inexperienced in love. She knows how to love someone, but she doesn't know how to receive it. She says that I have one guy that's treating me very lovely and very attentively, like I've never been treated before, Demola. Then another guy who is slower paced, aka emotionally unavailable, feminine, that is more like her usual type, and that scares me. And she says to the camera that he has told me everything I need to hear. He makes it clear that he really likes me. He offers me everything a girl could want. This is Demola that we're talking about. And with Javen, she was saying that she was waiting for assurance from him and didn't get it. And she even said that she knows what she needs to do, which is to end things with Javen and go with Demola. So after having her date with Demola and listing out all the reasons why he's consistent, he's genuine, he's pursuing her, doesn't leave her questioning, she decides to choose him. She says that she's made her decision to Demola and tells him that nothing is going to change. Do not worry. I feel confident in my decision. So then Katisha goes back to the girls and says Demola is a man. Then she says, why can't I be with a man that is crazy about me? And then she says, because I've never had it and I'm not used to it. And like I said in the beginning, Katisha first chooses Demola, even tells Demola, don't worry, I won't change my mind. Then she goes and sees Javen and then attempts to break the news to Javen, but ends up doing a complete 180 and leaves, choosing him instead. And while I was watching this, guys, I was just like, no, what are you doing? So she walks into the pod and the first thing that she sees is a huge bouquet of flowers that Javen has gotten her. And again, he only got her flowers after she told him that her other connection with Demola was giving her grand gestures. And you can tell it wasn't genuine or from the heart because he literally told her in their last date that that is not what he does. So he was doing it straight up from his ego. So she begins to break the news to Javen, but how she does it and the words that she uses is so uncertain. She uses words like, I think, and possibly, instead of, I know I'm confident, I've decided to go with my other connection. So she's like leaving the door open for Javen after seeing the flowers, which is the bare minimum compared to all the consistent pursuit and offerings Demola has given her that he has done from his heart without her saying anything. And as she's trying to tell him her half-assed decision, Javen says, if that is the direction you want to go in, I'm not going to tell you to do otherwise. Again, he's literally saying the worst things to make it easy for her that she made the right decision to go with Demola, but because her nervous system is set and feels safe to only choose and go for a man who is emotionally unavailable, she took what he said and ran with it. She went on to pursue him, to chase him, and to prove to him, to try to get him to change his response. To, no, you should choose me, I'm the person for you. And unfortunately, this is what emotionally unavailable toxic men will do. And if you are unhealthy yourself and you are toxic, you will take the bait and you will revert to your old self. And you see, Katisha was one choice away of being with a man that sees her as a queen. And then she decided to make the same decision that she always makes. Same guy, same pattern, but different body. So instead of ending things and leaving the pod and saying good luck, wish you all the best, she decides to stay and talk to him and continues to entertain Javen. And this was after telling Demola that he was it for her, that he doesn't need to worry. She decided to disrespect a good man, a great man, for a man that isn't even serious, doesn't even want to wife you up, hasn't even fallen in love with you yet, hasn't fully chosen you and pursued you fiercely. Javen literally fed her trash, fed her nothing, basically didn't even reassure her, pursue her, didn't think of genuine, authentic, romantic gestures for her, didn't present her with offerings or try to show her the type of husband that he could be for her, how he was the right choice for her. And initially she made the decision to go with Demola, but then decides to entertain bottom barrel treatment and rejects a healthy, good-hearted man that would cherish her. There are literally no reasons why Javen is the better man. What's even more horrifying and gross is that she breaks the news to Demola that she changed her mind after telling him and giving him her word to not worry. She then goes back to Javen and tells Javen that she wants him instead, and then says that she would be willing to get down on one knee for him. Girl, how low are you willing to go? You're literally going to bend the knee for Javen, who barely did anything, who basically gave you every reason why you should run for the hills. So after Demola hears the heartbreaking news, he even asked her, why did you say your decision wouldn't change, then you went against your word? I don't get that. And even after being broken up with, Demola was so kind to Katisha. He said, it was nice getting to know you. You're a great girl. I wish you all the best in the future. So Katisha breaks up with Demola, and then guess what Javen says? I don't think I can say I love her. If anything were to move forward, she would have to propose to me. And in his interviews, Javen even said, it felt like I won a prize I wasn't expecting to win. Like he knew that he didn't even have to work for it and he still got her. And he even said that the thought of being someone's husband is scary and then laughed. So then after the proposal, Javen comes into the room with the other guys and then he tells everyone that they are engaged, and guess what Demola did? He clapped and celebrated him. He was so supportive, gave him a hug, was such a good friend, such a good person, put his feelings aside for another man even though he was heartbroken. And even his friend Cal said to Demola, to do it at this stage doesn't sit right with me. If she's acting like that, she ain't for you. And he's referencing how Katisha changed her decision last minute. So Javen and Katisha now together, they're engaged. Right before the reveal, guess what Javen says? That he's not going to lie, that he's a very visual person. Again, major red flag. None of the other guys mentioned anything about looks, as they were all genuine with the experiment, head over heels, confident and certain about their choice, sight unseen. And it just shows how he's not there for the right reasons, to have the right mindset going into this. It just shows what type of person that he is. So they did the reveal, and guess what? It was awkward as fuck. And if you are a fan of Love is Blind, you know that usually it doesn't work out if the reveal is awkward. There's a mismatch there, right? One or both of them are not attracted to each other, or energetically through body language, it just isn't it. And when all the couples went to Greece, it got confirmed more and more how Javen proved to be the wrong choice. And on the first night at dinner in Greece, Javen, of course, asked Katisha, so what did you think of me in the pods? Again, cringe. Men who ask about themselves like that, huge red flag. So instead of focusing on the woman and affirming her, speaking highly of her, he wants to get high on his ego. And then Katisha says, you just intrigued me. And even said that he was too cool for school sometimes. Throughout the first 4 episodes of season 2, Katisha will constantly relay and list why Javen is just not husband material. He's just not emotionally available. She would literally verbalize it in her interviews to her friends and even to Javen, but she keeps choosing him. She keeps convincing herself. And there was a scene while they were in Greece of Katisha taking him through her skincare routine, and he even said, it feels nice being pampered. I feel so special. Gross. Again, he is the princess. He's the woman. And Katisha's the man. The tables have turned. That is what happens when you pick a feminine man. And when Javen was asked about how was the first night with Katisha go, he was the most vocal about being intimate and physical with her. That they didn't sleep much when all the other guys were super respectful about it. They didn't say anything. Again, major red flags. And I wasn't surprised that they were intimate. And you could just tell that he wasn't going to go throughout the whole experience without eating his cake multiple times. So what can we learn from Katisha and the 2 men? So Katisha had good intentions. She seems lovely, but her nervous system was not wired to receive healthy love, to receive peace, a man pursuing her, and to feel safe with clarity. To her, it felt suspicious, too good to be true. And what felt normal to her was confusion, roller coaster emotions, not knowing where the other person stands, needing to have to prove herself. And even when she admitted Demola was kind, he's generous, he's genuine, she still gravitated toward Javen because he felt like her usual type, right? She literally said Javen reminded her of her past relationships. And this is why I tell you, ladies, if you haven't done the inner work, you won't even recognize a healthy quality man when he's right in front of you. You will sabotage it. You will think peace is boring, chaos is chemistry, and you'll keep chasing the dark and mysterious, which is another name for emotionally unavailable. And Katisha even said, why can't I be with a man who is crazy about me? Right? And ladies, the only reason that you can't is if you haven't healed enough to receive it. The bottom line is, Demola was a gold standard of husband material and Javen was not. One man was ready to propose, build a life and cherish her, and the other man couldn't even say he liked her without being pressed. But because Katisha wasn't used to being chosen, being pursued and adored, she threw away the diamond for the dirt. And so many women are doing the exact same thing and unfortunately doing it unconsciously. Picking the same emotionally unavailable toxic man, same patterns, but in different bodies. And even if you attract a healthy man, you will sabotage it if you don't heal your patterns. You will keep chasing the wrong men. You will keep thinking the roller coaster is love. And you will keep pushing away the men who would actually make incredible husbands and fathers. You have to stop leading with your emotions, ladies. And you need to start leading with logic. As women, we actually need to lead with logic when it comes to discerning a good husband. And on the other hand, men lead with emotion with us. Write down on a piece of paper, make a list, how he makes you feel. What has he done to show you and prove to you he would be an adequate husband and father? What has he offered you? And if you cannot come up with any romantic gestures, how he makes you feel seen, heard, safe, secure, adored, cherished, loved, moves mountains for you, he compliments you, makes your life easier, you are leading with your emotion and your unhealed trauma, which usually sounds like, we just have this deep connection, we have such a good spark and chemistry that you can't explain. And that is a telltale that you are with an emotionally unavailable man, when all you have to go off is chemistry and how good he looks. If you want to break your toxic cycles and stop choosing emotionally unavailable men, learn how to be able to discern a man who is husband material or just boys in men's bodies, how to rewire your nervous system so that peace, pursuit, and queen treatment actually feels attractive to you instead of suspicious, and how to become wife material yourself so that when the right man shows up, you recognize him, you receive him, and you choose him. I'll be teaching you all of this and more inside my Modern Aphrodite course. So it is currently now in pre-sale. The enrollment link is down below. The last day to enroll at pre-sale is the 15th of September. So I'll see you ladies inside and in my next video. Bye.